Hello everyone, welcome to Cheongfuli Weekly Report. We bring you the latest price and market analysis of China's steel market every week. Spot prices trended firm this week. Hot rolled coil spot prices rose by RMB 40 per tonne compared with last week, while rebar spot prices increased by RMB 30 per tonne. Driven by the price uptick, market trading sentiment rebounded from the previous week, with overall trading activity rising week on week. On the macro front, the United States and Iran are currently in negotiations. The US is considering a deal involving USD 20 billion in cash in exchange for Iranian concessions on uranium enrichment, while Iran has announced the opening of the Strait of Hormuz to all merchant ships during the ceasefire period, with substantive progress made in the talks. Market concerns over geopolitical conflicts in the Middle East have eased notably, risk expectations have stabilized, and crude oil prices have fallen accordingly. Meanwhile, environmental inspections have been launched in Inner Mongolia, China, which may tighten local coking coal supply in the short term. On the supply side, total output declined slightly this week. The total supply of 5 major steel products stood at 8.5533 million tonnes, down 31,500 tonnes week on week. At the same time, hot metal production remained flat week on week, with further upside potential amid expectations of production increases during the peak demand season. By product, the reduction in supply was mainly seen in rebar, with output at 2.1314 million tonnes, down 24,500 tonnes week on week. Hot rolled coil output rose slightly to 3.0261 million tonnes, up 10,000 tonnes week on week. On the demand side, market performance improved moderately, with steel demand edging up slightly and fluctuating at a high level this week. Specifically, apparent consumption of rebar reached 2.3838 million tonnes, up 92,400 tonnes week on week. Apparent consumption of hot rolled coil stood at 3.1074 million tonnes, down 19,800 tonnes week on week. Downstream purchasing saw no significant growth, with restocking activities mainly conducted on an as-needed basis, and speculative demand remained muted. On the inventory side, total inventory of the 5 major steel products continued the destocking trend this week, with the destocking rate accelerating week on week. Total inventories of the 5 major steel products stood at 17.6468 million tonnes, down 482,400 tonnes week on week. By product, rebar inventories totaled 8.0196 million tonnes, down 252,400 tonnes week on week. Hot rolled coil inventories stood at 4.1998 million tonnes, down 81,300 tonnes week on week. In summary, peak season steel demand in China has shown signs of peaking, while overall inventories remain relatively high, suggesting continued destocking pressure ahead. Furthermore, progress in US-Iran negotiations has calmed market sentiment, reducing the impact of crude oil prices on steel production costs. Steel price movements are now increasingly driven by market fundamentals. Against the backdrop of lingering inventory pressure and ongoing raw material cost support, steel prices are expected to remain range-bound in the short term. As the market lacks momentum for a trending upward movement, close attention should be paid to the pace of destocking and the outcome of US-Iran negotiations for future market trends. Based on the above analysis, operational recommendations are as follows. Adopt an as-needed procurement strategy for steel products and control inventory risks. According to institutional views, while the overall fundamentals of steel products have improved month on month, elevated inventory levels continue to effectively weigh on prices. Meanwhile, steel mills' phased restocking of raw materials ahead of the May Day holiday will provide certain support to the cost side of steel, and steel prices are expected to operate in a range-bound manner. In summary, steel prices will generally maintain a range-bound trend. Close attention should be paid to the performance of peak season demand and the progress of US-Iran negotiations. Okay, feel free to leave your thoughts, questions, or any related inquiries in the comment box below. And if you found this video valuable, don't forget to follow us for more updates. See you next week.